was bold the day that I met her. She was always a beauty queen. When she stood in a crowded room, there was never a moment that she wasn't seen. She was always a world traveler. She was out to spread the word.
Eggs.
She had
Okay.
rings on her fingers like Cleopatra on a movie set.
So Kelly is somebody that Bob introduced me to. We were looking, when Bob and I first were talking about starting the co-op, we were looking for somebody that sold eggs and would do it for a good price. And he found her on Facebook and talked to her and met her and introduced me to her. And so she started being our egg person. She has gotten more chickens since we started the co-op because we're selling so many eggs. And I think she used to sell the eggs that she couldn't get rid of, like at farmers markets and stuff like that. But I think she's not having to do that as much anymore because we are buying all of her eggs up. But she's added a bunch of new chickens because of us.
About a year and a half ago, I got a phone call from a number that I didn't recognize, and like everybody, we don't hardly ever answer those anymore, but I did. And it was another one of our co-op members, Bob, who sells beef, wanting to know if I could supply eggs to the co-op on a regular basis. And I jumped on it because I had been doing a farmer's market, and the farmer's market got too expensive and political and too many fees and all that, so I had to quit. It's been a really great opportunity for me. And you know, the actual farm pasture raised eggs, I mean, you see we've got chickens running loose everywhere. Like I said, I've got somewhere around 60 chickens. You probably won't see all of them at the same time because they're scattered, but at bedtime they all go in the coop and they go in the goat barn. I've lived out here 20-something years, and this barn was hand built by myself and my husband. We just keep adding, I just kept adding on to it, but we didn't buy kit, we didn't mail order anything, we just kind of planned it and did it. And as you can see, it's 20-something years old, but it's functional. The roof is on good. It might have a leak here and there, but for the most part, it's all hand built. She's got one. She has a golf ball. So another place that we go to look for eggs, like I said, every day is an Easter egg hunt here, is in this barn. This is the goat barn, but about half my chickens have taken it over. It was 1998. Yeah, I've been doing chickens the entire time. I've had goats since 1998. I said earlier, I've really had chickens since I was about 8 years old. When I'm getting eggs from various places, I'm looking before I reach down. And then I have another spot over here with a chicken. There you go, say hello. She wants to be a mama too. Okay, you ready to get down? Yeah? Okay, go there. She's mad. You know, I mean, it's special to me. I guess as far as special goes, is because of the way that my animals are treated and raised. They're taken care of in a true, we get to graze, we're out in nature, we're not cooped up in a barn, we're not locked up in pens. So to me, it makes it special to me. And I know that a lot of the people that get the eggs, I'm sure it makes it special to them too, because they know they're getting true free-range eggs. I've belonged to several co-ops, but this has been the best one. The consistency, the ease of all the transactions, it's not hard for me. It may be for Anna because she has to keep up with so much, but it's been a dream.
So we were having trouble finding a dairy. Well, the dairies that he knew of that were great were way too far away for me. Obviously, they can't deliver to me, it's illegal. And so we were having a really hard time. Well, he found Circle N, which is Tommy's family's farm from generations before. They've been dairy farmers forever.
Hi, I'm Michelle New from Circle N Dairy. My husband Tommy and I run the dairy here. Tommy's dad started this in 1967, so we are 52 years in the dairy business. We met Anna about a year ago through a mutual friend of hers and decided that it would be a way for us to get our product out there more. We sell raw milk here on the farm. We were asked about 9 years ago, people started coming to us asking if they could buy raw milk from us. They wanted to know where their food was coming from, get a healthier product for their family. And so we got permitted for that, and this is the way we sell our milk nowadays. By meeting with Anna, we could not deliver raw milk to her. Raw milk can only be sold on the farm. So we decided to low temp pasteurize milk. We heat this to 145 degrees for about 30 minutes and then bottle it. And that way we can take it to people that do not have the capability or the time to come out to the farm. So it has worked very well. We sell both here, raw milk, and also through a few co-ops like Anna is doing, and deliver our products to them. This way, the people in her group are able to get fresh products that they know where their food is coming from, a much healthier choice. Besides the milk from us, they also get our cheese, they get our ice cream, our yogurt, our cream, and different products that we produce here. So we are happy to do that. Like I said, we have been doing that for about almost a year now with Anna's group and have enjoyed meeting them. So here on the dairy, we try to raise our own crops. So if you look over here, this is our silo, and that is what we fill with feed for the cows. We raise wheat and barley. Those crops are planted in the fall, and springtime we harvest them and put them into this silo. The silo is airtight, there's no oxygen in there, so this feed ferments. So it's a good nutritional feed for these cows, the most digestible form of feed. They are always put out on pasture, but this is their daily diet, is the silage, because grass alone for dairy cattle cannot produce enough for the cows to be able to produce milk, have a healthy body, and raise a calf inside them as well. So we milk about 40 cows here, milk them twice a day, every day, 2:30 in the morning and around 2:30 in the afternoon. So that is just our lifestyle. So besides raising our own crops, we take care of the cattle here. We probably have close to 100 head from baby on up. We've got the dairy barn you see over here where we milk the cows. This big covered barn right here is called a freestall barn. This one is built mainly for comfort. The cows do not like the heat and humidity. This is where the cows get fed. So the silage gets put out here every day. Every morning when we come back out, that's what we do first. So they'll be able to eat in here. They'll have the shade. They have fans, misters, and sprinklers to keep them cool and comfortable if they'd like to stay inside. But as you can see, today they're not. They're outside. They would prefer to be outside. That's their natural habitat. They have rubber-filled mattresses if they want to lay down. So we can go in our dairy barn here. You can see actually where we milk the cows. So this is our pit, is what this is called. This is where we do our job. Cows will be up here. So we have a double 6. That means that we can milk 12 cows at a time. It's all automated, and one person can take care of the milking and everything. So after the cows are washed and dried, when them perfectly clean, dry, then the milkers will go on them. So we've got some good, fresh, clean milk. You know, it's important to us to have a clean facility, whether we sold to the public or not. This is just how we want our operation to be. So we are able to recycle all the water that we use here, our water and our waste. So this barn is flushed with fresh well water. So this is the front room of our dairy barn. This is the milk tank. So we've got the milk stored in here. It's coming out of the cows at 101 degrees. We are chilling it down to 36 degrees. Raw milk has a good shelf life. It's got at least a good 2-week shelf life, keep it good and cold. So anytime that we transport milk to Anna, we make sure that it's packed on ice very good. We also make sure that when we bottle our milk here and put it in our store, it's always kept at a really good cold temperature. It will have a longer shelf life by doing that, so it makes a big difference. Same with the ice cream, made start to finish here. We are not like some of the ice cream shops that, you know, claim to make their own ice cream. Well, they don't make the base, and the base is making your ice cream when you're going from start to finish. So we're milking the cows, taking our milk and cream only, making our base, and then making our flavors out of that. So start to finish, cow to the cup. So my husband Tommy was 7 when his parents started the dairy, and I married into it. So I have been with him for the last 39 years. And this is what we have always done. This is our only source of income. So the dairy has got to be able to have our family plus our son and his wife as well. So we go over here and we'll show you guys how we flush our barn here. You can see how clean that got the freestall barn, so it flushes all the waste down, and that's where it's going through the separator, separating the solids and the liquids. So we are making compost. So we can open that up, and instead of me turning it on, I'm just going to reach in here instead of turning it on. That's what that feed looks like now. This is wheat and barley, but you can see how it's changed in color. That's fermented. You can feel the moisture in it too, just a little bit. It's got a good sweet smell to it. The cows love it. Like I said, that's their main diet that they're going to eat every day. So it's very important that we make a good crop. This silo is 90 feet tall. It holds 400 tons of feed. So never GMO crops. We don't believe in that and spraying our pastures and fields and things. So we take good care of the land and try to produce all that we can with what we have. And so I think it's good for the farmers to have that source like Anna does with the different, all the different farmers that she can bring together to provide more opportunities for the farmer and for the customer, the consumer as well. So she does a very good job providing a lot of different things, a big variety of foods. So with raw milk, we do not pasteurize it at all. Pasteurization destroys the good enzymes that are naturally in milk. So everything is left just like it is, coming right from the cow. If you only had raw milk, you could actually be healthy. You would not need food or water. That's how much good nutrition is naturally in milk. They're destroying the good enzymes and adding things back. And adding them back is not the same as it is as it starts in the original product. What did you find?
So we got some
Did you get some milk? You like your milk, don't you?
Yes.
One time, the first winter, maybe the second winter, first or second winter, because I only had 2, but I didn't look at the news. We weren't having any bad weather in Richardson or Dallas, and I get up and I come out here and it is ice storm, and I'm driving on icy roads, and there are trees falling over because of the ice. People are not going to work, and I'm like, wow, if I had known this in the city, I wouldn't have come. Like, I wouldn't have gone to work that day. I wouldn't have, you know, like all of those things, but I felt pretty rugged. Like I would have felt like a wuss if I had been like, well, I can't come, there's ice on the roads, but like I did it. And I got the co-op stuff to everybody. And it was funny. I brought you a fair amount of egg cartons. Could you believe the number I had when you came?
Okay.
Okay.
Be careful because this is the duck egg.
Okay. I've never seen a goose egg. Oh my gosh. That's like 2.5 eggs worth. Here, I'll take one more and then I'll come back. So these don't have to be refrigerated, which is really wonderful because it would be impossible to bring this many coolers to keep them cold. So I think if I posted them there, I'd sell them immediately. You know what's funny is before I started doing this, I would go to farmers markets and I'd see eggs in these cartons and I was like, well, they're just selling grocery store eggs. When we first started doing this, she had less chickens and we were getting like 20, 25 dozen if we were lucky. And now we're at 70 dozen, so it's awesome. I could fit all of them in that white cooler that's in there. I could fit all the eggs we sold in that one white cooler. Remember when we were only getting about 20 dozen each time at the very beginning?
And now we're 60.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay. I'm gonna take an extra 5 dozen with me, even though I didn't sell them, because people always ask me for them. And I can post on our Facebook Moms page people that aren't in the co-op or forgot to order will typically buy some eggs. Okay, awesome. Having a vegetable farmer has rounded out the co-op because without, I don't know, it's so weird because I had vegetables on my co-op Facebook page, but I didn't have vegetables, and I was like, I've got to have somebody giving us veggies because what everybody asked about. So Cecil has been wonderful to do that.
Well, we grow a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. We do everything organically, and especially with her making a ride and coming out and picking everything up, it's really been a good deal. Plus, she lives kind of in the city, and so it gives people that live around her to get something direct from a farm. Typical summer day is I turn the irrigation on first thing. Then if it's a day to harvest, we start picking. And that's the other thing the heat will do, cause a split in the shoulders. But that's part of it. And people don't really see, when they go to a store and see the fruit and vegetables, they're only seeing the pretty stuff that the farm sold. All the ugly stuff went to somebody else, or the sauce or something. But of course, you figure if you go to any Walmart and you look at the brand on a bag of oranges, it's the same brand in every Walmart. So how big is that farm? And the other difference is, on a big farm like that, they're not even growing for taste. I would even go as far as say they're not growing for nutrition either. They're growing for appearance. And the other thing about the heat does, the plant will still make flowers, like right here. It won't set fruit, typically of 92 and above, but for 95 and above for sure you won't get anything. No, I'm way small now compared to what I was operating 138 acres. It was me for up to 3 years ago, and then April's been with me since. But yeah, it's a lot to handle. Now here's our seedlings. This will go on the ground next week or the week after, depending on the size. So the other thing that we're doing, we're growing varieties that you can't go to the wholesale company and buy. We're coming in with only what we're growing, and it's frustrating to us when you set up, knowing the work and the effort to get it to the table, and you see everybody walk right past you and go to these, and they won't set one tent up, they'll have 4 big tents up. It's like, we call it like a traveling grocery store. And people flock right to that, and they walk past you with bag loads. All the tomatoes are the perfect, same size, same color, shiny. You know, this year, when the markets opened in mid-March, or whenever they opened, they already had big, shiny tomatoes. Like mine are just now putting flowers on, so how are you picking? I guess the best part for me is having Anna come pick it up. They don't have a clue where their food comes from, but she's buying it directly from a farm, and she's providing a service, I think. Again, they're buying stuff that hadn't went through a warehouse or been processed. It's been processed at the farm, and they get it the next day. So that's, to me, that's great.
Part of like the commitment I made is to try and get to as many of the farms as I can so they don't have to come to me. How was your Alaska trip this year? Yeah? And no baby yet?
Not yet.
When is it due? Any day? Yesterday. Easier. And then I think we should sell this shrimp for $5.
Okay.
I think 4's too low.
Okay.
They were 6, right?
6, yeah.
Let's keep it at that.
Okay, 17 things of shrimp.
Oh, awesome. Those will go. People love these. If you want to keep being little shrimp, salmon fillets for me, then I'll tell her not to supply those.
Okay.
You don't happen to need any eggs, do you?
Need eggs?
No.
No, we're overrun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the...
Well, Annalise's brother was like, oh, I might want to get eggs sometime, but I never had them on hand.
Oh,
I just
gotcha.
happen to have 5 dozen with me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Okay.
Okay,
See you.
awesome, thanks.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, let me know when the baby comes. I want to see a picture. Just IM me a picture. Okay.
Cool.
I try not to let it interfere with my work day. So I try to make sure that I'm home and I'm working all day, and then co-op pickup on Thursdays is normally 6 to 7 p.m. Hi, good morning. Sorry we're a little late. I'll give you this. You made my day when you said I already have them ready for you. I was like, woohoo! Oh my goodness, you have so much to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a good order this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
It has been ever since the option.
They love it. They love the pick 3. I think they need to eat more vegetables. From what I understand, Karen grew up in like the Portland, Seattle, Pacific Northwest area. And years ago, she started making the sunscreen and letting the fishermen in the area use it, and they loved it. It worked so well. They're like, you've got to start selling this. So she started making it, and I don't know if that's what started all of the kind of, I'll call it kitchen chemistry or stuff that she started doing, but I don't know when she moved to the Wichita Falls area, but she makes her own makeup and she does the kombucha, but I'm excited about her being in the co-op. I think the kombucha is going to be really popular. I love that it is fresh brewed. I love that it's like a super duper popular thing. Everybody's on the kombucha train, and now we've got it. And not only do we have it, but it's fresh and low in sugar and all that stuff. So it's better than what they're going to buy at the store. Okay. Hot. 7 dozen. So people order just eggs instead of making them wait and come. Since I have the eggs so early, I just go ahead and put them out, and I text them and tell them all kind of different. There's some blue and green ones. I've never had any of them. I don't check them because they're never broken. I've broken eggs before, but I've never had a pack where any were broken. So they're pretty little fresh eggs. So I get cartons and I replace. Let's do this in the shade. More cartons. Usually when I get home, I put the eggs out. I will let them know. I'll remind them the pickup's tonight. Reminder that pickup is from 5 to 7 p.m. tonight.
Banana pudding.
Yep.
3.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 3 chocolate. Okay, that's all of the ice cream. I really should adjust that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, right? Okay?
Yep.
I'm taking 2 of these out because they're mine. Mine. 2 quarts of heavy cream. So 2 chocolate pints, 2 quarts of heavy cream. Okay.
3.
1 black pepper cheddar. Okay. 2 white cheddars. Okay. 3 regular cheddars. 2 jalapeno Gouda. 1 garlic herb. Okay.
Oh, and these are samples. So.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay. Nice. Perfect. Okay, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Drive safe, you too. Bye. They raise very small hogs that are chef quality, the way that they're fed and everything. So it's just really quality meat. It's not huge hogs. So each pig that they process doesn't yield a ton of meat. And so if they process 1 or 2, all of that can go in one weekend at a farmer's market or to our co-op. The same with chicken. So if they lose some of their flock due to predators or whatever the case may be, then they have a lot less chicken to offer. So we usually have a smaller amount offered from them, but the quality is so amazing.
Hi, I'm Tricia, and this is my husband Royce. This is Jory and Audrey. We all work together at Zander Family Farm. We're a corn-free, soy-free farm. We do all non-GMO ingredients. We mix our own feed. We actually ferment our feed to increase the nutrients to our animals. We raise pigs, meat chickens, and egg layers. About 500. Some years we run over 1,000. Let's see, I think these guys are 8 weeks old. We run them on grass from their first day. It takes a lot of work to keep them alive, but we just try to keep them as absolutely healthy as we can. I actually met a girl, and she said, "Zander Farm, I know your farm." She said, "I work at the processing plant and we all fight over who gets to process your chicken." So that was good feedback to hear that what we do is makes a difference. But we don't feed any of our animals corn. We're a corn-free, soy-free farm. And we do all non-GMO ingredients. And our biggest thing is we try to build the soil to produce good grass to feed our animals. Depends on their age. These guys once a day. The older ones will move twice a day, and then their last week or two will move 3 times a day. We were at the Grapevine Farmers Market selling out there, and she came up to us and said, "I think I have friends that would like to buy the kind of meat that your farm produces. Would you be interested in doing a co-op?" And I said, you know, before we were farming, what I did is I bought from farmers, and I managed 10 different co-ops. And so I would love to have co-ops buying from us. So she put that together, and it has been great. It takes a lot of work to manage a co-op. I know that from experience, and she does a really good job. So now we could cut our costs by probably 90% if we fed corn and soy. So we would get heavier birds and it would be way cheaper, but it's just, we're not gonna eat that. So we're not gonna raise that. So we ferment all of our feed. It creates B vitamins. It increases the protein by 14%. And it adds probiotics into their feed. Okay, we're ready to go out to the pigs, the boars? When the work is really hard, all you got to do is come out and take a walk out here, and you remember why you're doing what you're doing. We mix feed in here. So that's the Black Widow toss that he did right there, because we have a lot of Black Widows and you don't want to pick up a bag that has one on it. Cats are a very important part of the farm. We could be overrun with rodents in a month without the cats. It is appalling how many people don't know where their food comes from, and a lot of them don't even care. So connecting people with farmers it improves the world. Sue-wee! Yeah, right now we're moving them into new section about every 7 days. And so 6 days in, they have eaten all the grass here. Last year we did over 1,000 meat chickens, and we were really tired, and we thought, well, we'll just take off on chickens. And Anna tried a new farm, and she came back to us and said, can you please do chickens again? Because we really like your chicken. So we talked about it and said, okay. I think we had a little bit of a break. We won't do 1,000, but we can do 500 this year. So.
Really is the best pork and the best chicken I've had. There's no comparison, so I'm just so glad we've been able to make it work. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks, Trisha. Bye. Drive safe. So Jesse is actually, he's the first person that we met in the neighborhood when we moved in. He's a trained chef and worked for years in the restaurant industry. He's been making this kimchi that everybody just raves about, and so I told him he should really jar it and start selling it in the co-op. Like, why not? He makes it for everybody and gives it away. He should sell it. So this will be the first week that we have his kimchi, and so he's going to bring it over and he's going to let us taste it and tell him what we think. I always set out egg cartons to remind people to give them to me. Let's do this here. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is ginger. Woo! What? These? Kombucha. It's like a really healthy drink that kind of tastes like vinegar. Okay, so that's kombucha. Ground beef we've taken care of. Cream is taken care of. Okay, then I'm gonna go get the wine. You can put the bags here and the boxes here.
Fair to go away.
Now I'm gonna save this for Cecil. I'm gonna give it back to him. I'll get the rest of the beef. This is all of the pork and seafood. This is my Thursday co-op pickup. We've got everything out that can be outside, and then we've got some stuff in the fridges, but we've got our Pick 5 produce box from Locajun Farm, and then we've got our Pick 3 bags. If you don't want that much fruit and veggies, you can get less quantity here. I've got the Sunflower Wild Plum Jam, that this is the first time we've had it, and it's been a good seller. Then we move over here, we've got kimchi here in this cooler. I have all my eggs out here. They're from Littlefoot Farm, and they're all pastured eggs. Here in the fridge over here, we've got all of our dairy from Circle Inn Dairy in Gainesville. We also have our elderberry syrup, but we've got our cheese, cream, chocolate milk, regular milk, Greek yogurt, all the dairy. Over here, we've got some beef from Sunflower Farm, some chicken from Locajun Farm. In my big freezer, I've got more beef, I've got seafood and pork, and then the best part, dessert. I've got ice cream in here, and that's also from Circle Inn. And then last but not least, I've got all of the kombucha, and this is the first time also that we've sold the kombucha, and that's from Sunflower Farm. So this is kind of our biggest sale to date. Oh, and all of our wine from De Kramer Cellars in South Africa. So this is kind of our biggest offering that we've had to date, and from the most number of farms that we've had. And so we're just doing pickup here for 2 hours in the hot heat. And we've got people here waiting to pick up, so y'all can come on.
I'm Sloan Simon. Hey, come on in. And I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, and I've been a part of the Richardson Co-op for about 6 months. So I'm gonna be making a frittata with some of the produce and the eggs that I got from the co-op. So these are the duck eggs, and then these are the chicken eggs, which we've clearly already used. And then I also wanted to show that the ducks only laid 10 eggs, and so we got 2 extra goose eggs, which are pretty massive. I might use one of those too. All right, so this is onion and bell pepper, some of the produce that I got from the co-op. So Anna was a practice client of mine. I got certified through the Nutritional Therapy Association, and we had to work with several clients during the process, and so Anna was actually one of the ones that I worked with, and a friend introduced me to her. And so she thought it would be a great idea for me to become involved with the co-op so that I could order food from it myself and then also get clients on board with ordering from there as well. Actually, one of the things that I really like about ordering from the co-op is that you can try things that you normally wouldn't find in the grocery store, like duck eggs and goose eggs. Let's give the goose egg a go. Well, I love supporting local farmers and knowing what's in my food. Like, I love that I can ask questions about how it was grown, what they used to grow it, if they used anything to grow it. It's a really easy way to know that what you're buying is seasonal, because that's the only option that there is seasonal food. And for my clients, it's easy because typically I work with people that are completely overhauling their diet, so they have a lot of things to worry about, like changing lifestyle habits and learning new recipes to cook. And so trying to teach them about the importance of the quality of the food can be kind of a back burner for them. So, but when they're shopping through the co-op, that's all that's available. So if I send them there, it's very easy for them to know exactly what they're getting, and that they don't have to worry about whether or not this is grass-fed or whether or not this is local and seasonal, because that's the only option that there is. So it's just a really easy way for them to nail down that change in their real food lifestyle. Because so many kids these days, I mean adults too, we don't know where our food comes from. I mean, we go to the grocery store, we don't know if it's organic. Some people, I mean, there's labels, but those can be easily bypassed. And then we don't know where it came from in the country or the world. We don't know how it was grown. We don't know what's in it. And so I really talk to them a lot about the importance of that. And being able to talk to your farmers is a huge part of that. I think this brings us back to our roots, that food is a way to gather and get together, and then it has the added benefits of sustaining us and giving us energy, but we've really gotten away with that. And so the co-op is an easy way to get back into that fold.
So my name is Amanda Valerio. I'm originally from Mexico, and I have been buying my food from the co-op since Anna started it, which is about 2 years ago. And today we're going to make some guacamole. This week I had a lot of serrano peppers, so I already washed them. Tomatoes came in my box too, and this is already washed. I'll just wash it. My tomato. I like to chop my tomato on the small side. And tomato, I don't do as much as I like to do my cilantro, to add cilantro. And it's done. So then we'll do the eggs with the fried tortilla. We call those huevos rancheros. Well, Anna is my neighbor, so she one time posted like, we will have eggs for sale from a farmer close by. So I was like, I want that. And then she began kind of growing things and adding things to the weekly delivery. And of course, I was excited about that. And knowing that I'm trying the best I can and I'm not feeding my family so much pesticides and all that kind of stuff involved in growing so much food makes me happy. The eggs, I always buy bones, the beef bones, because I like to make my stock. And I also buy the chicken bones when they have them. Now I'm gonna put this piece in here. I'm from Mexico, so I just it's like asking my mom, how can I make this salsa? Oh, just eyeball it, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, but no recipes for anything. Serrano peppers, which are also from the co-op. My mom once told me that if the little stick is straight, they are not going to be that hot, but if they are a little bit more curvy, they might be a little hotter. I will put the 2 little garlics with roasted onion. Just a little bit of water. So these are the eggs from the co-op. Usually I get like a rainbow, different colors of eggs. So I do a little bit of olive oil, get them a little wet. So I'll get to fry those in a little bit. Some salt. And then you just put them on top of the tortillas. And you kind of make them swim in salsa, and then with the refried beans.
Hi, I'm Robert Copeland, known to my friends and family as Bob. I own and operate Sunflower Farms. This is the world headquarters. About to turn that into turtle food. Egg stealer, stealing my eggs. Now he's turtle food. This is my cabin out here at the farm. It's a straw bale and earth plaster construction and oil field pipe framework. And come on inside if you'd like. Plan is to build 4 or 5 of them and have housing and you know, cabins out here for people to come visit and feed them foods straight off the farm here. You know, I have grass-fed beef, I have gardens, I have fruit trees, I have a lot of fish as well. So that's the plan for like a bed and breakfast type setup where everything you eat comes straight off the farm. Whole family on the Copeland side. My dad were in the cattle business and horse business. At one point, my dad and 3 uncles all owned and operated livestock auctions in North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. My mom's side, her parents and both sides' grandparents were in the grocery business. So I pretty much landed right where I need to be. Try to do both and bring it, you know, straight to the public. The water well is solar powered. Had it drilled about 4 years ago and never missed a lick. I do it out here. I also write about it for a couple of magazines, Mother Earth News, Grit, Heirloom Gardener. I'm bound and determined to get people to eating the good stuff again and get off of this factory farmed stuff it's bad for the people eating it, it's bad for the livestock, and it's bad for the environment, and I'm gonna stop it. We've got a pretty good name with Sunflower. People love our beef. We're sold out all the time, so good problem to have. We've got enough grassland to, you know, keep quite a few cattle running. I've got 4 out here right now. I don't know where they are. They're probably over here. Selling direct to the person, you know, straight off the farm, direct to the person that's eating it. That's my favorite thing about what I do. I wish more people would buy their food that way instead of getting it through their car window or at a big box store where the food's coming from who knows where and has been grown who knows how and sprayed and drenched with who knows what. People are wising up. They really are. They're catching on to this junk that they've been eating is not good, and they're seeking people like me out, and there's proof of it in the co-op. There's 470 members in it, I think. The co-op is my favorite thing about it, you know. Take it straight off the farm, stop by the butcher shop, drop it off at Anna's house. Her friends and neighbors come pick it up. Yes, we'd like to show people that what we have is far superior in taste, in quality, and in nutrition, by a long shot in nutrition. And once usually people get started buying straight off the farm, they stay there. I'm gonna change the way folks in North Texas get their food if I can do it. I'm passionate about it. I'm doing it out here. I'm raising the cattle, I'm raising the food. I'm talking about it, I'm writing about it, I'm showing up places and delivering it. Anna is helping with that. The people in the co-op are helping with that. They're spreading the word, so, you know, just keep it going and keep getting the good news out that there is good, healthy, nutritious food available. If you let nature do its own work and stay out of the way, help where you can, it'll happen. You don't have to do all that stuff. You don't have to use all those chemicals. You don't have to plow. Let the cattle and the goats and the sheep do the work for you. We're having a open house at Anna's. We're inviting them all to her house to come sample a bunch of our stuff. All the farms are going to be there sampling goods. Try to get a few more of them to start ordering and build up that, you know, the number of people that order regularly so that, you know, they'll tell a friend and their friends will tell a friend. And if I had everybody in Richardson buying straight off of our farms, I'd be happy. And then I'd go next door to Addison and start on them.
She was bold the day that I met her. She was always a beauty queen. When she stood in a crowded room, there was never a moment that she wasn't seen. She was always a world traveler. She was out to spread the word. She had rings on her fingers like Cleopatra on a movie set. And the
Yeah, I could tell right off that she was very enthusiastic about it. We talked about it for 30 minutes and she's just like, you know, let's do it. So we started formulating a plan. I went out and found some more farmers to supply it. She went out and found members to buy the goods and started out the first order. I think we had 60 or 70 people in the group, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 ordered. Now there's 400 and something in the group, and there's 50, 60 people that order pretty regular, so it's been a good one. Coming up on 2 years, I guess, now that we've been doing it, and it's been fun. I appreciate all the customers in Richardson, and appreciate Anna for keeping it running so well. And now there's a whole bunch of us supplying, you know, like I say, food straight to the plate right off the farm. I love it.
and I run the Richardson Farm Co-op, and we just wrapped up our order for the week, and we're going to do it all again in 2 weeks.